Welcome back to more FGO Agartha. Last time we figured out Columbus was a piece of shit, surprising absolutely nobody. So we are continuing now in El Dorado. However, we defeated him at the very end. I just remembered. Yeah, we kicked his ass along with Megalos that he enslaved, which, you know, they very much had him on character with that whole thing. It was very S-word from the moment he did that back here in Dragon Palace, but we took care of that. Got his ass, you know. Apparently his final ascension art, I was told, has like two bunny girls sitting on his knees that are apparently meant to represent La Niña and La Pinta. So I was like, what the fuck? That is certainly certainly on brand for Japan to do that for Christopher Columbus. Very interesting. Yeah, let's continue. I'm not sure where to go from there. The story comes to fruition because, yes, also last time Scheherazade came to the forefront. I mean, she didn't say anything. She was just kind of revealed. I almost thought it was going to be Baby Fergus, but it is actually her. So I guess we'll see what is up with that. Oh, god damn it. Okay, we're good. Start quest. The story comes to fruition. Scheherazade. Oh. Huh? I don't understand. What do you mean the story is complete? Very well, my one miscast. Now that everything is concluded, I shall tell you. It's very simple. In brief. I created Agartha by having my noble phantasm, my stories, erode the real world. Sorry, what? Put differently, you have all been inside my 1001 nights this entire time. Wait, what? What? But that doesn't make any sense. 1001 Nights does not have a story set in an underground world, but it's nothing like this. Oh, it does? Interesting. And needless to say, they definitely don't include Yeast, the Nightless City, El Dorado, the Peach Garden, or the Dragon Palace. That may be, but I never told the tales of Aladdin or Ali Baba when I was alive either. Now I see, the 1001 Nights as we know them now contain a number of parts that were added over the course of various retellings. Oh, interesting, is that where Aladdin comes from? Okay. But they were added over, I see. And I guess is the same case with this, how this is possible. But if she's able to use them all without any issue, it may be that she gets to decide what the 1001 Nights are. So she can just add anything after the fact to that and make it reality? What the fuck? Indeed, stories I learned through books, stories I improvised myself, stories that came after my time, but I could have plausibly told. The 1001 Nights were never a fixed set, but a malleable collective that grew over time. And because of the way heroic spirits work, that made it work like this. That sounds broken as shit. As such, it only makes sense that I would have a right to choose what goes into them. Now that you point that out, I can see the connection between this world and your noble phantasm. Fictional or not, everything here is part of a story. I might have realized it sooner if I'd paid more attention to that. Right, okay. Then again, maybe I didn't realize it because there's still something I can't quite believe. The sheer scale and rigidity of this world. This is on a whole other level from the monsters Shakespeare wrote into existence in Shinjuku. Right. Here it's more like the rules of this world. Yeah. Rather, that this entire singularity is itself a story. That's the equivalent of rewriting reality. Yeah, basically. That would have to be an incredibly powerful spell, something on par with the reality marble. I guess it could be possible for a demon god pillar, but still. Yeah, she could basically make her own reality marble. But on this scale, like, it's crazy. I suspected as much. All stories, whether they be fiction or non-fiction, have an element of inauthenticity. Even non-fiction? Of course, after all, when one is describing events as a story, by definition, those events are not taking place in reality. Okay, English please, what's that all mean? It means the evidence was in plain sight from the beginning. Every servant here has had some manner of inauthenticity to them. True, that is the proof that this has all been a story. Oh wow. Okay. What do you mean by that, Holmes? This underground domain has blended together story and reality to an even greater degree than Shinjuku. In Shinjuku, that blend merely occurred as a result of Bale's choice to use phantom spirits. But in Agartha, I sense it to be a deliberate choice. Once this unnatural underground space was created, heroic spirits were summoned to it, but with significant alterations made to them. Right. Some reactions were all but inevitable in such a process. In this case, I believe they were the story each servant was made to perform. Wait, back up. Did you say every servant here? I did indeed. Let us begin with the most obvious examples. Surely there was something that struck you as inauthentic about them. Christopher Columbus had amnesia. Heracles was Heracles Megalos, an enormous, mindless beast in a constant berserk state. This whole thing was a fan fiction, god damn it. Yep, Francis Drake as the Hood, yep, exactly. Everything was all fucky. Just a giant fanfic. Those are certainly the clearest examples, but I'm afraid I had no other choice. After all, Pirate Princess Tahut, the ruler of Ys, was simply impossible to summon as a servant. Oh. I see, that puts one in mind of phantom spirits. Yeah, to be honest, Wu Zetian and the Nightless City have been nagging at me for a while now. What do you mean? They're from entirely different periods. Wu Zetian is from the Tang Dynasty, while the Nightless City is from the Han. I let it pass me by at first since they both came from China. But when you think about it, it makes no sense for Wu Zetian to be the ruler of the Nightless City. Damn, if only I knew history. They have no connection other than their country, and they're hundreds of years apart historically. Also, even that. Assuming that was indeed Wu Zetian's inauthenticity, the final piece is the Amazons, the most elementary of all these errors. They fall into much the same category as Wu Zetian in that their historical domain differed greatly from the land they controlled here. Didn't the Amazons live in the jungle? Precisely. Those who lived in the jungles of South America, the ones who protected El Dorado, are entirely different from the warrior women of Greek mythology. Some believe that the tribe of women who lived in the jungle only came to be associated due to their similarities to the myth. And that is why the river and surrounding area came to be known as the Amazon. Really? In essence, the Greek figures were no more than a model for those in the story of El Dorado. And so the fact that Pensilia lived in El Dorado was itself another inauthenticity. Fair fucking enough. Oh god, I have to cough. And then... Right, and Fergus. There's me, the fledgling warrior, the Fergus who's nothing like the Fergus you all know, so that was his inauthenticity. I see. Scheherazade, you said I was your one miscast. What did you mean by that? Oh, shit. Fergus MacRoich? Sorry. Your intended role was to stir up Agartha, though in a different way than Heracles. I'd read that you were the embodiment of male sexuality, that you required 7 women every night just to satisfy your lust. God damn. Well, he's a kid right now, so... Thought you would be even lustier if I summoned you in your youth, but you ended up being too young, yeah. I could not have imagined that you would appear as a boy uncomfortable around women to the point that you could not even raise a hand against one. You are by far my greatest miscalculation. A miscalculation, so I'm only here because of a mistake. I'm a pointless side character, a half-baked extra. I hate to admit it, but that makes a lot of sense. Damn. I haven't been of any help in a single battle so far. It didn't matter whether I was there or not. But that's only true for the audience. For me, this adventure has been... Oh, come on, baby Fergus. It's your time to shine. Fergus. Yes, Master Fergus's inauthenticity is his youth. Essentially, everything we see before us now. One might go so far as to assert that every other servant who may have been summoned here and eliminated prior to our meeting them would have had some inauthentic characteristic about them. Then the noble phantasm you have been using before us all this time, Alf Layla Wa Layla, the 1001 Nights. That is what you use to create this world and to summon twisted forms of servants to fill it. I only have one question. Why would you do such a thing? You really have to ask? I thought my desire had been made quite clear. Had it? I've certainly voiced it often enough. Oh, that she wanted to... Yeah, she wanted to live. Okay. Then your objective is to live a long life? No, I never said anything like that. All I want is to not die. Isn't that the same thing? Not in the slightest. As long as you are alive, you will one day have to die. Excuse me, but you do know that we're all servants, right? What difference does that make? To exist now inevitably means dying later. It's the same thing. In the end, we servants are nothing more than familiars. Once our task is finished, we disappear. Uh-huh. That too is death. It holds the same chill, solitude, misery, the same terrifying intercourse with nothingness as when you cease to exist. I can't stand it. I spent every one of those 1001 nights wishing for nothing more than to not die. Every fiber of my being is terrified of death. And as a heroic spirit, the only way for me to ever avoid dying is to destroy the world. Wait, what? Wait, what? The man who summoned me taught me that. Destroy the world? Then that man must be the demon god. Wait, destroy the world? Huh? A man, I believe we have just found our demon god pillar collaborator. Agartha's story is one in which related stories and those of servants summoned here mingle and fight, and ultimately comes to fruition once they disappear. My noble phantasm gives stories form. His power made them real. I see, so that's why it's on this scale, right? Okay. Very soon my story, the story of Agartha, will assume the form it was always meant to take. Everything's shaking. No, it's not that. I can't believe it. Your Z-axis coordinates are rising rapidly. Oh. The ground is moving, the sky is splitting. It's like the entire space is moving upward. Okay. Okay, that's cool looking CG. Foe! What the? There's a real sky instead of a rocky ceiling now. Impossible. You mean to tell me we're flying? This is Agartha's final form come to life. Another story all its own. It is now the floating city of Laputa. I see. I offered up everything I had to that king in order to not die. Not only my stories, but my body as well. Oh my. As such, there can be no more fitting name for the finale than Laputa, the horror. I was gonna say that. We're going for the Spanish meaning of that. Jesus, alright. Rise, Laputa. Gaze down upon the earth and plummet towards it. You shall be the last of the mythical cities, the destroyer of the world's natural laws. Yeah, that's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. Laputa. Oh my goodness. Yo, okay. Oh my god. Alright, that's kind of tight. Sick. Okay. Oh my goodness. 6 on this one. Alright, here we go. Women of Agartha. Yeah, interesting twist of things. It's cool that, and busted as hell, that her, basically story noble phantasm, because of its, like, the nature of it and that stories have been added, like, over its retelling, like, in actual history, is the reason it takes the form as a noble phantasm, that she can, like, create her own stories and make them reality. I guess the power from the demon god pillar, yeah, makes it on this scale. Even offered her body. I don't know how that works, but I mean, fair enough. I'll go with the good old John Alter. Probably just leave it like this. Actually, I should not keep Shiki. I should, or Skahak. Yeah, let's throw in some writers. We'll throw in Rider, and we'll throw in Maeve. Yeah, that works. I'd even put her up. We'll do that, actually. We'll do that. There you go. Alright, we're good. But as far as like Scheherazad's motivation for doing this, to not die. I want to not die. I mean, she has a fair point. Like, as a servant, to disappear like the way they do, it is like a death for them. As far as like the existence that they take on as a servant. But as far as like to not die by destroying the world, I don't know about that one, Chief. That is an interesting one, but I'll blame the influence of the Demon God Pillar for that one. We're flying. We're actually flying. How is this happening? I'd forgotten they were still here. This is bad. They're starting to panic. Hey, I've got a job for you guys. Huh? Real simple. Get out of here. Find as many of the men imprisoned here as you can and round them all up. Once you've done that, I want you to meet us back by the boats we used to get here. Oh, and don't worry about the Amazons. They should be busy zoning out like zombies. You could even steal their horses if you wanted. Now go on, hurry it up. Okay, we're on it. Isn't that too late now? Are we on a... Isn't this basically its own chunk of rock at this point? Well done. That was an excellent idea, giving them a job so they wouldn't have time to panic. People are always telling me I'm the sort who comes through when things get real bad. Besides, we were gonna have to do something about the men still imprisoned here at some point anyway. All the more so now that we literally have liftoff. Indeed, not to mention that this area is likely to become even more dangerous. I guess they can still get away, and yeah, they needed something to do. Alright, good job, Astolfo. It would certainly be best not to have ordinary humans close at hand. Yeah. Now then. Now that our spectators have left for the time being, Miss Scheherazade, allow me to ask you a question. Where exactly do you intend to have this place plummet? Nowhere in particular. Any heavily populated city will do. Jeez. Oh no, it's starting to shift horizontally too. It's definitely setting a course for somewhere. And we need to act, and quickly. At least right now we're still above the relatively uninhabited Nepalese mountains, but there's still got to be at least some people seeing this. These last few minutes alone are going to be a nightmare for the Mages Association of this time period to clean up. Oh yeah, good luck to them, what the fuck? But if that weren't enough, you're also going to drop this huge landmass on a heavily populated city? That's just evil. This is a disaster. It would be a catastrophe like we've never seen before. Hundreds, thousands of people would die. I'm afraid it could be orders of magnitude greater than that. To make matters worse, the damage won't be limited to the physical realm. We're still experiencing the after effects of the Gatia mess, so the world hasn't completely stabilized yet. There's no telling what sort of chaos this could unleash. This is exactly the point. There's a reason why I'm going to have a fictional city destroy a real one. By doing so, I will destroy the concept of mystical secrets. Okay. Jesus. What? Once Laputa plummets onto a real city, people everywhere will be forced to accept that a place of fiction is as real as the place it destroyed and the people it killed. Once that happens, it will change the world. Everyone will know that mystical beings exist, and in consequence, everyone will attempt to learn their secrets for themselves. Just completely destroy the mystery, huh? Eventually, the mystical may become an ordinary part of everyone's lives. Wait, if that actually happened, then... Indeed, once mystics become available to all, they will cease to be mystics in the first place. That is the future I wish to bring about. Damn. I didn't know that's how that worked, because yeah, I did hear that, like, over time, mystery of, like, behind magic, like, as far as, like, the Type Moon universe, like, mystery as a concept, I guess is literally, like, kind of the mystique of the mystic practices, like magecraft and stuff like that. And because of, like, time passing and I guess the understanding of it and the more widespread nature of it is like, the cause of that. And, like, an event like this that exposes it more and more just further, like, happens to that. Because I know, like, in the Tsukihime line, for example, that the mystery is, like, I think even more deteriorated. But I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't know if it's that exactly. But I think that's, like, what it is. I don't know, because I know that's like specific terminology when it comes to that, but I never thought about it in these terms, that something like this would like affect that, because I'd heard about it with Tsukihime, but yeah, interesting. That is the future I wish to bring about. A world where mystics lose all substance and power, so the servant summoning system becomes obsolete. Huh? Otherwise, I'll have to die again and again. I'll have to constantly live in fear of death. I'll never be able to escape the insidiousness of knowing my death is assured whenever I am summoned. Okay, so that's what she meant before, okay. To get rid of that, then to never, like, be summoned again. Okay, got it. You would go so far just to avoid death? Can't you understand how I feel? No, I can't. Your fear of death is far out of proportion for any living creature. If it isn't death you fear, but the idea of yourself dying, then something has gone wrong in your life. Let me share now what I held back that night. Our perspectives on death couldn't be more different. I am a warrior. From the day I was born, I have been taught that to die is an honor. The only aspect of death we fear is that we might die having violated our pride or gaze, not death itself. Death is inevitable for all living things. The path you take to death is your life. You should be fighting what led you to fear death to such a degree, not death itself. You surprise me, young Fergus. You are far more composed than warriors twice your age. Yo, Fergus is talking. Your grown-up self must be a wise and kind warrior indeed. Yeah, he's a chill guy, from what I remember. Maybe not. I'm right there with all of you, but now it's not the time. Like, it's been a while since, what was it? Was it America? It's been a while. But I am not that strong. I never was, for I am not a warrior. I simply cannot help but wish to not die. That is all I think about. All I can think about. I don't want to be strangled. I don't want to be cut. I don't want to be flogged. I don't want to be burned. I don't want to be stabbed. I don't want to be starved. I don't want to be shot. I don't want to be eaten. I don't want to be crushed. I don't want to be poisoned. There are so many ways to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die no matter what. That's all I've ever wanted. For me, stories were my lifeline. A thin, flimsy lifeline comprised solely of words I strung together reticently, uncertainly. I thought your motive was much braver than that. Hang on in the 1001 Nights. I mean, I don't know what this is referring to, but I'll pick this top one. That's right, Master. I know the story of the 1001 Nights, the Arabian Nights as well. In it, there was a king who was taking virgins as wives and killing them the next morning. And you volunteered to go and stop him because it was the right thing to do, didn't you? At first, yes. Okay. But do you know what it's like to spend night after night with a deranged king who no longer trusts women? The fear that comes with never knowing if the next day will be your last? He couldn't be reasoned with or bargained with. He would simply kill women for no reason at all. I could have been killed merely because the wind blew, or because it rained. Anything could have set him off. And of course, it was always possible that he would grow tired of my stories and decide to kill me rather than wait to find out what happens next. It was as though I lived with a poisonous insect who could kill me with but a single sting. That is why, after some time, all I had left was the desire to not die. That was all I had. I devoted my entire being towards fulfilling it. Words, expressions, presence, gaze, servitude, demeanor, opinions, changes, worldview, stories, pleasure, temperature, uselessness, usefulness, submissiveness, stimulation. I gave up everything I had, also I wouldn't have to die. And at long last, after 1,000 interminable nights, the king finally came to his senses. Oh, I see. That was okay. Cool. After all that, when I had lived my one and only life, I was forced to become a heroic spirit. After I had been shaped and formed solely by my desire not to die, I went and became a being that is doomed to be repeatedly summoned and always disappear. That is a fair thing to be upset about. Like, oh, god damn it, I've been summoned. Oh, fuck. It's something that came up recently watching Prisma. I think it was mentioned by a character that, yeah, servants get a pretty raw deal. And even Archer and UBW bringing it up, like, you know, just being tools, just kind of being there. Like, they don't get their wish. They don't get really what they want. They're just here, then they're gone. They serve their purpose, and that's it. I think it's interesting to have a servant like Scheherazade to actively rebel against that. And when given the means, I guess by the power of the Demon God Pillar, to actually, I guess, achieve that is interesting. Okay. Kings are both great in stature and foolish in mind. Agartha itself has proven as much. A single person attempting to lead a nation will inevitably end in discord. Regardless of whether that discord leads to failure among its people or failure in the nation itself. I know now that the responsibility for either outcome falls on the king. From the outside, that king will appear foolish or even tyrannical. No matter how skilled a warrior they are, kings who cannot accept that foolishness will not stay king. My future self knows that well. Nothing I can say to you could make up for the suffering you endured spending 1,000 nights with such a foolish king. Yeah, and that tying into her, like, not her fear and not wanting to die is, okay, you know, I could see it. It's an interesting tie-in, but I can say this. I won't let you destroy the world simply because you don't want to die. Yeah, fuck that. What the fuck? We Celtic warriors see the world as a battlefield of honor, and your story contains no hint of honor. Yeah, so pretty selfish ambition she's got. We're gonna stop that real quick. Yeah, you know, I don't really get what's going on right now. But I do know I definitely don't want the servant system going away. That would mean I'd never get to visit any new places or meet anyone new. Or get to send anyone off with a word of encouragement ever again, right? That'd be awful. Aw. I don't want to forget those tears. I'm a Knight of the White Lilies, sworn to protect France. Indirect though it may be, I am proud that I can continue to fulfill my duty even in death. If you wish to remove the means of fulfilling my duty, that makes you an enemy of France and me. Above all, I can't let you cause a catastrophe. Got some real-ass servants right here. Well said, Master. If a landmass this size struck the Earth, the damage would truly be cataclysmic. Yeah, let's prevent the world from being destroyed. We absolutely have to prevent that, no matter what. Fearing death, clinging to life, attempting to destroy everything. That much may be the same as the Demon God King's plan. Oop, didn't mean to do that. But she has nothing beyond that. She has no intention of remaking the planet, nor of starting over. All she's doing is trying to destroy the world out of petty personal desire. Selfish as fuck. Again, she has nothing beyond that. I don't know how much influence the Demon God Pillar has had on her, but this whole idea is twisted. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, like, and I mentioned earlier. I think a lot of this has been twisted by that. It's probably amplified that feeling of hers that she would have naturally had after going through what she went through and just taken it up to 1,000,000, and that's why she's acting this way. Demon God Pillar shit. She's trying to commit suicide by destroying the world. Also that she'll never have to die again. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Don't misunderstand me. I would just as soon leave the world out of this if I could. That one who summoned me told me that there was one heroic spirit who voluntarily disappeared from the throne of his own accord. How I envy him. Things would have been so much easier if only I could do that too. Dots. You've got it completely backwards. You have no idea what a great and tragic feat it was for him to disappear from the throne like that. Yeah. For sure. Whether it's potential they failed to live up to or tasks they failed to complete, every great person has unfinished business of one kind or another. Only those who have succeeded at leaving nothing at all behind can fully disappear from this universe. His soul will never transmigrate. No one will ever tell his stories again. He'll never be needed by anyone or for anything. He had no choice but to disappear into the void, and you envy him that. You don't need to say anything, Master. I feel the same way. She has no idea the fury she's just incited in all of us. Come on, let's show her just how wrong-headed her envy is. If you were still here, you'd have a lot to say. All I want is to not die, nothing more. So why? Why are you trying to subject me to that again? How could you be so cruel? What the? You're trying to destroy the world for that. What the fuck? Very well then, I suppose I have to fight if I don't want to die. I doubt you'll let me go no matter how beautiful a Dogeza I present. I mean, we'll talk about it. I have nothing against you, Yoro. If anything, I envy you too. Out of everyone here, you are the only one who will never have to die again once you are dead. What kind of Shiro logic we got going on here? So basically, Protag is the only one who dies when he's killed. I get it. Interesting development. She says she would leave the world out of this if she could. But if... I mean, I guess to the end that she's trying to do it, like, yeah, destroy the mystery of, like, mystic shit so summoning doesn't work anymore, like... I mean, I feel like inherently, the way, like, other worlds... This song is so good. Always enjoy this one. But I feel like inherently the way just, like, other worlds work... Because, yeah, like, even how, like, it's that way in Tsukihime, like, it's very degraded. But you compare that to, like, Stay Night, and it's like... There's always gonna be like a world where you're fucking summoned, right? Like it's just kind of like the nature of that, right? But I don't know. Either way, we're gonna stop all this shit. But I definitely didn't expect her to be like, I don't know, that this would be the whole thing. For the singularity, it's really cool that everything being weird and fucked up in this singularity is because of just basically her fanfic that she made due to the nature of like who she is in her noble phantasm. I think that's a cool reveal. Like that shit is cool as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. Just like the fact that this is a thing is very surprising. As far as like the final conflict for this, very strange singularity. We'll end this. Throw the bed at him. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Okay. Awooga. Well, there goes Cat. Oh my god, remaining 8? Hold up. Oh, this is a fucked up node. This is a fucked up node. Didn't even see the 8 there. Jeez, dude. Okay. Oh, that assassin sucks, man. That is. Okay. They automatically go there. That sucks. Unfortunate. Oh, that hurts. Wow. All before the next one came in. Jeez, dude. Alright, well, we're definitely gonna use the retry, of course. Shameless. Let's go. Alright. Time for the big buffs. About to blow you up, Scheherazade. Oh, finally. God, that took so long. Dude, and after I got rid of the ads, and they said there was more, but they weren't coming out, I was like, okay. Then the giant saber rock monster pops out, starts buffing all this crit stuff. I started getting PTSD to like old nodes. Haven't seen that boy in a while. Also, damn, look at all these mats. But yeah, dude, the fact that she jumped back, I mean, of course, because, you know, the demon god pillar still has to, like, jump in and shit, and, like, god damn it. It's gonna be in, like, 6 nodes, holy fuck. I'm gonna get screwed. I just used my 3 command spells. Like, in this first fight of this fucking video. Oh, I'm so screwed. Okay, well, We'll keep going. But this is just all Scheherazade, it looks like, just caster, so we can spec a little bit for this one. Ooh, use an Ozzy? An Ozzy looks good. Oh, is this baby Da Vinci? Yeah, it's baby Da Vinci. I'm kind of curious to see like her moves. You got Rhinus too, that's cool. Artoria, Cats. Oh, hell yeah. Francis Drake, man, we got options. Dude, Georgios? Oh, you legend. I'm tempted to go for Ozzy. I mean, what does baby Da Vinci have? Golden Rule, Excel Turn, Dream Upon the Star. Oh. I mean, all this looks very good. Beautiful Journey. Heavy to all, plus increased MP gauge for all allies. Okay, that's an AoE one. I think I want some good single target shit. I know Ozzy's good for that. Rhinus, what you got? You pseudo-servant, you. Efficient's advice. Oh, very much. So, is Sima Yi also a Chinese servant? Is it kind of like with a Waver? Because I think Waver has Tactician's advice too, but... Greatly decreased defense, decreased critical rates for all enemies, negate defense disadvantage due to class affinity. Oh, that's pretty cool. Plus remove debuffs. Damn, I mean, it sounds useful. But I think for some single target shit, yeah, let's go for Ozzy. Because I want to destroy this girl. So let's see what's up. I think I'll do it like this. Yeah, that looks good. Sure. Alright. It's gonna be a whole saga fighting Scheherazade. She's tough. Of course, after all, I don't want to die. A cornered servant that doesn't want to die. Definitely dangerous. Girl, this is weirdly harder than it should be. Something's not right. It's not technique or experience. It's more like she just squirms away whenever it feels like I've got a clear shot. Is that so? I haven't noticed anything like that. I feel the same as Astolfo. I still can't use my sword against her, but I should at least be able to hold her in place. And yet she always manages to slip away at the last moment. What's going on? Allow me to tell you one of my traits. Now that I am a servant, no king can kill me. After all, the reason I became a heroic spirit is because I avoided death at a king's hands. Although strictly speaking, it's only a skill that lets me move around in order to keep kings at bay. Really? Ah, crap, are you serious? I guess since I'm a prince, it technically affects me too. Okay, yeah, I was wondering with Astolfo. Okay, interesting. So not anti-personnel, but an anti-king skill? Maybe you kings should sit this one out then? Yeah, damn, what a weirdly specific, effective skill for us. God damn it. It's kind of cool though. Master, this skill's making it easy for her to stall for time. La Puta's huge landmass has been slowly but surely moving this whole time. La Puta. So silly. It's clear that the singularity took shape by combining with your noble phantasm. What sort of magical energy could you possibly put together to make that work? How in the world did you manage the resources, the design? He's the one who told me how it would work. Right. I was to summon servants to an enclosed underground world and have them fight one another. Such an environment would naturally lead to conflict, the more twisted the better. So I decided to use a conquistador with unabashedly twisted desires as the base of its design. As Columbus said, Agartha was indeed the sort of world he had long wished for. Right. But he could not have guessed that the patron who granted that wish had even more deplorable motives. Doesn't matter how it was all designed, the main goal was getting servants to fight, which means... Conflict between servants would lead to a vortex of magical energy. On top of that... okay. The enclosed nature of the underground singularity enabled it to trap the vanquished servant souls. Really? And continuously exploit the energy generated as they attempted to return to the throne. Yo. That was the goal. It would then use that abundant energy to slowly make my story into reality. So this whole time... that sounds rather like having a horse turn a cogwheel by dangling a carrot before its nose. He also told me that this could be considered a kind of holy grail war. Seihai Sensu. A Holy Grail word that exists only as a twisted story where no one attempts to seek the Grail. Before I knew it, the Holy Grail had already materialized in the form of a story come to life. The God Master, I think she's still just trying to stall for time. Fair point. If La Puta drops onto a major city, she'll have won. Please, hurry. Okay then, time to bust out the cliches about how I've been holding back this whole time. There you go. Start powering up, huh? I fought alongside all of you, and I know how strong you are. You are indeed powerful enough to kill me if I let down my guard. So from here on, I leave it to you, Phoenix. Phoenix! What? What are we fighting? Oh, shit. There he is. Phoenix, I am Truth Reunion, one of the 72 Demon God Pillars. It's the Demon God Pillar, please be careful. Damn, okay. Already, huh? I didn't expect it so soon, with 6 nodes on this, but alright, I'll take it. Phoenix, the Demon God of Death and Rebirth, thought to be identical to the Phoenix known in the West. Okay. Gotcha. Of Death and Rebirth. Makes, alright, that's fitting, that's fitting. His number is 37, his rank, Marquise. It's said that his every word is a natural poem. I think I summoned him in persona. I see. That explains his unusual manner of speech. As to the quality of his poetry, I shall refrain from voicing my opinions. How polite, Holmes. I would love to have Watson offer his opinion on it. Not that he is a poet himself, of course. Oh man. Oh, Holmes, to be without his Watson. But perhaps hearing what passes for poetry from this creature would inspire him to try his hand at it. I finally understand why I wasn't able to see the demon god lurking behind Scheherazade before. A number of his values are inverted. In other words, numerically speaking, he's already dead. Huh, okay. Oh, I see. We never saw him because we never looked for something that was dead. This may only be a trick unique to the demon god of death and rebirth. But we probably shouldn't count on future demon god pillars being easily detectable either, right? The reason I am here is to prove my friendship, to accept Scheherazade for who she is. Life and death, unavoidable, self-purpose, unavoidable life and death, simple death, no rebirth, only acquired by melding with me. Dude, the arrow in his poetry, this guy is innovative. Her wish, her dream, not to die, not to live. Found it, I found it. Answer, the answer. Sounds like he actually sympathized with her, so he wasn't using Scheherazade at all. Sounds like he actually sympathized with her. You actually understand what this demon god is saying, Master? More or less. That's amazing. No wonder you're the Master. I didn't have the faintest idea. Interesting. Actually personally invested in Scheherazade, this demon god pillar. What the hell? Okay. I may not know what he is saying, but I do know what he is attempting. Yup, now that he's not hiding anymore, he's gonna try and do us in personally. Let's do this, Master. Let's show him how he's no different from any of the other thousands of pillars we've whooped before. Damn right. Our target is Phoenix, the 37th demon god pillar. Please destroy him, Master. God, my voice is all fucked up from my allergies, but... Damn, okay. Poetry demon god pillar of death and rebirth who actually seems like he has actual interest in Scheherazade. I'm also questioning the logistics of her offering her body to this being, but it's neither here nor there. Alright, let's do this. I forgot how long his fucking voice line for that was. Again, that voice actor. That man. Iconic. Subaru. Alright, let's hit him. 700,000. That's chump change. Chump change, I say. Voice of temptation? Did you just seduce my Medusa? Damn, charm, unable to act. HP loss after one turn it also gave her. Medusa. Damn, this pillar is it's a charmer. Jesus. I underestimated his appeal. Alright. Oh god. That HP loss. Get fucked. Maeve is too versed in the thoughterly ways to be swayed by you. But not the reverse. Oh damn. Truly a professional. Are you AoE with your NP? Oh, it's a single, significant to a single male enemy. Oh fuck. Now we're in the money. Can I stun you? Hey, I stunned him. Sick. Alright, well, let's hit him. Oh my god, Medusa, 16 health. I'm gonna heal Ozzy. Sorry. And then we'll let Medusa get one good lick in. What the fuck? Death? You just did a death effect? What the fuck was that? Just use an effect. Death over mash. Gone. Obliterated. What the fuck? That was messed up. That was a hell of a turn. At least we guarded whatever AoE thing he was doing with his final attack. I think it might have been an AoE charm, but I think we guarded against it. But yeah, that was fucked up. Jesus. Okay. Alright, we're gonna put this on Ozzy. We're gonna blow this guy up. Almost. Cat with the kill steal. Wish we had subs for that. Oh, nope, not over yet. Of course. Hold on. Hold on. Too soon to take out the Demon God Pillar. So quick. We're fighting though. Oh shit, baby Fergus. Fergus. But I'm not the only one. Sorrow, doubt, are we evil? No, 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 we are nature. As such, we must be one mind, one body. Scheherazade, Phoenix. Oh, Scheherazade equals Phoenix. One mind, one body. Uh-oh. Our wish not to die while alive, our fate to be reborn once dead. Compulsion, our existence, contradiction, our wish never to be granted. We are both slaves to our wish. But if all living things wish not to die, if we live forever without being stripped of that, that is not a wish, it is a curse. We cannot help but want to break it. Damn. The death rattle. Wait, that was it? We got him? Hold up. Did we get him? A Demon God Pillar signal is gone, but... Huh? Master, I'm picking up a faint servant reading nearby. Please, be careful. One mind, one body, right? Scheherazade. Okay, well, she's almost dead. Phoenix, you were the only one to ever understand me. Yo, yeah, that was just his final goodbye poem. Never to be granted. Not a wish, a curse. That's why we wanted to break it. Okay. Snap, snap, snap. But, yeah. Goodbye. But... oh, goodness. Nothing has changed. The ending has already been written. After all, La Puta has already materialized. Even if the demon god vanishes or I die, it will still plummet to earth. Not a story, but reality. Parts of it may be damaged, but that doesn't matter. It should retain its form until impact. There's nothing anyone can do to stop it. This is the final chapter for all of you. And for me, at last, my wish will come true. Heh. Damn, I guess that bought enough time. Well, shit. Alright. Yeah, interesting. Demon God Pillar was actually, like, even to the end, with Scheherazade on that. Interestingly aligned on that fact of not wanting to die. Oh, it's interesting. But we're still plummeting toward the city, so what we gonna do? It looks like this is it, but if I just disappeared now, I would be pathetic. Alright, baby Fergus, it's your moment. Fergus, your wound is too deep. Stay down. No, it's okay. Young and weak as I am, I knew there was no way to escape grievous injury while trying to battle a demon god pillar. But this time my experience won out. Thanks to the training I've undergone in Agartha, I was able to escape with my life, though only barely. That said, I don't have much time, so before I go, I'd like to talk to Scheherazade. But your spirit origin is just barely holding together, and besides, nothing you do about her will help to stop La Puta. I'll admit I'm worried, but go for it. Do your thing, kid. The young wounded warrior, the powerless, hapless, half-baked child who never truly had a role to play in this story. It's the wild card. It can be the most important of all. You can't stop this, you simply cannot. Even if you sully your innocent hands by ending my life now. La Puta will not be erased. You're wrong, Scheherazade. What I'm going to erase is your fear of death. Oh? You are a strong woman. You may have had the demon god pillar's help, but you still planned, constructed, and created the story. Oh, he's doing talk no jutsu. Oh, shit. More than that, you never gave us the slightest hint that it was you, even though we were right by your side. You are nothing if not resilient. And not just you, every woman we met here in Agartha was strong. True? Dahut, Wuzatian, Pensilia, the Pirates of Ys, the subjects of the Nightless City, the Amazons of El Dorado. They were all strong in their own ways. Thanks to that, I see now just how narrow-minded I used to be. Okay. How foolish it was to think that women were nothing but chaste, dainty creatures that were only fit for sewing, that they could never be valiant opponents against whom to draw my sword. What is your point? Are you saying that now that you know how strong women are, you're ready to kill one yourself? I told you, even if you kill me. No, it's not that. My point is that I believe I eventually realized that when I was alive as well. That version of me met, saw, spoke to, and did battle with strong women. I can even remember some names, though only faintly. Nice. Maeve of Connacht, Skahak, the queen of the land of shadows. Ife, ferocious as a wild dog. Nice. Oh god, I cannot pronounce this one. Deirdre, who fiercely fought her awful fate. Ness, who offered up her body so her child could be king. No doubt I met these women after I was fully formed. But even before I met them, there must have been other, similarly strong women as well. That's what caused me to realize how men and women ought to be. I don't understand what you're talking about. There's no point in bringing up your past. Yes, there is. If I'm going to stop you, I need to tell you about myself, about how greedy I was. Greedy? Really? You've been all stoic and earnest and a real nut for training all this time. I mean that I was greedy for a king. I wanted it all, so I had no choice but to train. It was a sign of my desire and my anxiety. It's the same with my greed. Mash, do you remember what you told me before? You said that no matter what else may happen, as long as you remain yourself, you'll become who you're meant to be. I did? Yes, maybe I did. That's exactly what I'm talking about, in the same way that I came to realize how strong women are. The time I spent here in Agartha merely let me experience things I would eventually learn anyway. Some women loved to plunder, some were bound by social norms, and some simply obeyed their leader. What's more, every one of them lived happily in their own way. They all had strong points and shortcomings. I'm a simple man at heart, so I wanted to resolve that complexity. I wanted to know if it was possible to lead a nation in a way that everyone could accept. As I said before, I'm greedy. I couldn't stand the idea of everyone not being happy. So as I learned more about Agartha, I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. And in the end, I realized something I should have known all along. What's that? The truth is, I'm not cut out to be a king. Huh? After all that build-up, that is all you wanted to say? Of course not. There's more to it than that. To make a long story short, I realized this morning that I don't measure up. To put it bluntly, I just don't have what it takes to be a king. You all saw that much sooner than I did, but I finally see it for myself now. Thank you all for being kind enough not to say anything. Do your best to stay quiet with a straight face. I never did become a king, or rather, I didn't stay one for very long. True, according to legend, you agreed to step down from the throne for a year and pass it on to your lover's child from a previous marriage. But after the year had passed, your subjects still wanted your lover's child to continue ruling. So you gracefully stepped aside and became a mere warrior, or so the legend goes. Gracefully, huh? That's a nice way to put it, but I doubt I had any other choice. By that time, I'm sure I had already realized what I know now. That I didn't have what it takes to be a king, that I was so greedy it would be wrong of me to pursue that greed from the throne. And that fulfilling it as an ordinary man was the right thing to do. In other words, I learned that I was only really suited for cherishing the things I love. And what are those? Fighting and women, of course. Senpai, he's starting to sound more like the usual Fergus. I know, Mash, but let's not bring that up now. Incidentally, Da Vinci had it backwards. I gave Conchobar the throne so that I could take Ness as my lover. Essentially, I sold my crown all because I wanted a woman's body. Pretty despicable of me, isn't? Once again, where are you going with this? I've never heard such an incoherent story in my life. Really? I was hoping you would give me some leeway on that since I'm a warrior rather than a storyteller. But alright, I'll get to the point. Basically, I learned about the strength that women possess. I learned that they are our equals and in many ways rivals and are worth devoting my life to pursuing. What about you, Scheherazade? What do you mean? Let me ask you about Agartha. You created it so that women would be the dominant gender. Why? I already told you. I used Columbus's desire as the base for... Are you sure about that? Columbus's desire was to get rich by selling slaves. There was no reason those slaves had to be women. As far as he was concerned, the fact that Agartha was full of women was simply icing on the cake. He would have been perfectly happy and acted the same even if it had been dominated by men. If you had made this world in line with his desire, it could have just as easily been a world ruled by oppressive kings rather than queens. But instead, you went out of your way to make it ruled by women. Why? I'm not... I see, so you did it unconsciously without understanding why. My guess is... You did that because you inherently fear men. You see them as being inextricably linked with death. Psychiatrist Fergus over here, okay. That's why you wanted to keep them under control and had them treated as livestock rather than people. Based on what you told us before, it was clearly that king who instilled this fear in you. He was truly a terrible person, making you endure such torment for 1,000 nights. He was not fit to be a king, just as I, though for different reasons. Be that as it may, what does it matter? That's why I have to tell you that you're wrong. Now that I've realized the connection between me, the Fergus MacRoik, who wanted to be a good king, and the Fergus MacRoik who knows how men and women ought to be, I have to make sure you understand the truth I've grasped. Gulp. Celtic truth. You need men and women to make children. What the fuck? Alright. Boy. Da Vinci. A very sound conclusion. What a profoundly mundane truism. What the fuck is this, dude? What are you talking about? That's just common sense. Yes, it is, and yet you don't seem to grasp it. Yes, men can and do bring about death, but it's ridiculous to think of them in only that way. There's a much more important role that men and women both share. It's something you should be thinking about long before you think about dying or being killed. No, I don't get it. I don't understand. To begin with, how I think about death or men is none of your business. And even if you do erase my fear of death, there's still nothing you can do to stop La Puta. That's... Oh? Indeed, La Puta will not stop. It will only continue on its path towards the destruction of fantasy. Who? Oh my god. Oh goodness. I'm actually curious how many sections are in this singularity. I'm gonna Google that without spoilers. Oh, there's actually, these last 3 nodes are actually the last of it from what I can tell. Okay, cool. So we'll just do that for next video. I mean, that sounds good to me. And then we'll begin Salem. Yeah, and we'll hopefully get through that one fairly quickly to get to part 2. I know that's like the good shit, you know. But we'll go through Salem. I hear it's shorter and that it has like decent writing and stuff, and it's the last of the Epic Remnant, so I might as well. I'm sure it'll be worth it, you know, when we get to part 2. But yeah, that's it for this one. Interesting developments with the Scheherazade. Did not expect that for her character. They tied in the whole not wanting to die thing with her experience with the king and telling those stories so she could survive. It was traumatic for her. I was thinking like Mash, or I think it was Mash who thought or said that it was maybe exasperated by the demon god pillar, and probably the fact that it seemed to actually like sympathize with her and work to that end as well, and being the kind of demon god pillar that it was, probably had more of that effect. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it was evil influence from it, because she's still like maintaining like her feeling on that. It seems this is just legitimately like all her. But yeah, interesting thing for a servant to want to do. Like, I don't want to be summoned. Like, it's like Archer from UBW, but taken on a whole other scale. It's like, yeah, who's to say if that shit would even work, you know? Like, what a gamble to destroy the world, like, for that, you know? Crazy. I was like, what you know? But fair enough. I do like I like the baby Fergus getting fired up. His point towards the end was funny. I mean, his thing of saying like, oh, men and women make children. So he's like I get it. Like, she sees like him saying like she associates like men with death, so she avoided it by making it all women and ruled by women. But making the point like, well, you need men to make children, so they're also like life, you know. I guess that's what he was going for. But yeah, they kind of made it like a funny moment with him, like the asides with Master and Mash, like just, you know, don't say anything, you know. I don't know, very, very strange singularity through and through. And the fact that it all ended up being Scheherazade's fan fiction just, I guess, really drives that home as well. But either way, yeah, 3 more nodes to go on this apparently. Then we'll move on. Apparently it's Ruler next? Hold up. Because yeah, mysterious voice at the end there. We'll have to see what's up. I don't know what that's all about. Edmund Dantes, help. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for this part. Almost there. Thank you for watching, if you did, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.